You're watching CBS 12 News at 10 right here on CW 34. What a gorgeous day we had. And it's amazing how different it was from 24 hours ago. We had all these storms moving through, but today, severe clear, and it was absolutely gorgeous.
And severe weather expert Jeff Berardelli says we have some cooler temperatures coming up. Jeff.
I want to take you to some breaking news happening right now out of Los Angeles, California.
Take a look. This is live pictures right now as police are chasing a murder suspect. We're being told, as you can see there, this is a slow speed chase that is happening south in Los Angeles. That suspect you can see there is driving a black Mercedes with the moonroof that was open. You can actually see inside of the vehicle. And that person is accused of assault with deadly weapon and murder that actually took place, police are saying, about 2 weeks ago. And we're being told that this chase actually started 6:20 again, California time. And police are saying that the suspect is being described as dangerous and possibly armed. Thankfully, we haven't gotten any reports that no one's been injured. So everyone's just kind of moving out of the way. But you can actually see that moonroof is open. So police probably have a good idea of who this person is, who they're looking for. But right now, just taking a strategic path here to stop this person and hopefully subdue him pretty soon. Well, moving on to local news tonight, teens in South Florida will now have a tougher time getting e-cigarettes.
This as federal regulators eye a crackdown on not only e-cigs, but also cigars and other tobacco products.
CBS 12's Kathleen Walter joins us live from downtown West Palm Beach with what the fallout means for local business owners. Kathleen.
What would you do, folks, if you found this guy possibly walking around your backyard? And a Treasure Coast man had an unusual house guest recently.
He kept it in his bathtub, and he actually has the photos to prove it.
CBS 12's Al Peffley joins us live in Stewart with the exclusive story you won't see anywhere else. Al? It's certainly not the kind of conditions you want to be out on the ocean for, especially today.
That's right. It was beautiful outside, but again, severe weather expert Jeff Berardelli, you've been tracking. There was a small craft advisory earlier today, which actually took place when this happened, right?
Yeah, so a small craft advisory. The winds got real gusty. We had gusts to about 30 miles an hour today. 16-foot boat out in those winds. Probably not a great idea to be far offshore. Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the catch. If you're looking at the ocean from the beach, it looks perfectly calm.
Right.
Because the winds are blowing offshore. So it's not until you get to a mile or two out that you start to really, feel that it's getting rough. So you can get yourself caught if you don't know that it's rough offshore. It was very rough offshore. Seas were about 5 to 6 feet. So let's go to the graphics and show you.
Up next right here on CBS 12 News at 10 on CW 34, we will go back to live pictures from Los Angeles of a slow speed pursuit. Stay with us.
CBS 12 has learned what detectives believe might have happened to Trisha Todd. CBS 12's Kathleen Walter is live at the Martin County Sheriff's Office Command Center in Hobe Sound with the latest. Kathleen.
Kathleen Walter, CBS 12 News.
All right, Kathleen, thank you.
New developments in the case of 2 missing teens from DeQuesta who vanished last July.
Authorities have just released new video of the teens in their boat heading out on that fateful day they disappeared.
CBS 12's Al Peffley is investigating and joins us live. Today, the man accused of killing St. Lucie County Deputy Gary Morales spoke publicly for the first time at the sentencing hearing. Aries Tisdale addressed a packed courtroom today and even spoke to the Sergeant Morales' family. He apologized to the family but went on to blame the shootings on the fact that he was racially profiled. However, investigators and prosecutors say they aren't buying that excuse.
Why didn't he get on the witness stand and say that?
Caught on camera, a road rage incident in South Florida gets dangerously out of hand.
And the day after the Dolphins selected the most controversial player in the NFL draft, he's a no-show at his introductory press conference. Matt Lincoln will tell you why coming up next in The Skinny.
The Dolphins made a controversial pick in the NFL draft last night.
That's right, on the day after things kept getting stranger. Here's Matt Lincoln with a skinny and a drop kick. Matt.
Yeah, well, the Dolphins can never avoid. Well, we'll get our first look at him on the field this week at a rookie minicamp in Davie.
Keep a watch, Matt.
Oh, boy.
I know.
Thanks, Matt. A man built a real-life hover bike, but you won't believe how it works.
And caught on camera, what's going on here? We'll explain this video from Miami. And thank you for spending 34 minutes of your Friday evening with us here on the CW. 2.5 minutes next.
Be sure to join myself coming up next for CBS 12 News at 11. Have a great weekend, everybody.
story in just minutes.
But first tonight, we are tracking our next weather maker. And folks, this is just the beginning of what is headed our way.
Severe weather expert Jeff Berardelli is tracking a severe thunderstorm warning. Jeff, who's in the path of that storm?
A lot of the Treasure Coast.
All-star football player Greg Bryant had a tattoo on his chest that read Dream Chaser. Unfortunately, his goal of playing at the University of Alabama, Birmingham this fall, and ultimately in the NFL.
If it's good enough for the boys, it's good enough for the girls, right? Well, that's the question being debated at one local high school.
Tonight, CBS 12's Al Pefley is live with how the popular annual football game has now turned into an equality of the sexes debate. Al?
Right now, a safety alert for Martin County residents. Within the past 2 days, deputies have responded to 3 home burglaries where thieves have taken cash, jewelry, and in one case, a gun. Detectives say this could be a loosely organized group of crooks. Tonight, the Martin County Sheriff held a neighborhood watch meeting to alert the residents of the crime activity and to protect themselves. If you see anything suspicious, call 911. Up from the community after their random act of kindness changed a life.
CBS 12's Kathleen Walter is in Port St. Lucie tonight with the image that is now going viral.
This is the image now going viral of 18-year-old Joshua Thibodeau helping a stranger.
Here on our website, we posted an interactive map here where and when the most recent attacks have happened. You kind of scroll down here on CBS12.com. Once you're there, actually click on those maps, those map dots. You can see where and when the latest arrests have been happened. Also, you can check our media player if you scroll down a little bit to your bottom left-hand side and take a look at all of our terrorism alert segments. You can head to our website, CBS12.com, and click on Tracking Terror. Well, this weekend we will air a special called The Rise of Terrorism, What You Need to Know. It will focus on how ISIS rose to prominence. You can see the special on CBS 12 this Saturday at 1 p.m.
Katy Perry is one step closer to being holy.
And why is a Disney Channel star apologizing? That's what's trending in tonight's entertainment buzz. Well, Disney Channel star Debbie Ryan has released a statement on Twitter today after being arrested on suspicion of drunk driving. She's on the show Jessie. Police say the 27-year-old crashed into another vehicle and failed a sobriety test. She apologizes for letting her fans down.
The next NFL games for the 2016 season are almost 6 months away.
But today is the day we can officially start to get excited for those games. I know I am. Here's Matt Lincoln with the skinny.
So a tough start, a tough finish, kind of a manageable middle of the schedule.
Right.
We'll see. The Finns need to come though with some big wins to make the playoffs.
Pretty excited about the schedule.
Sure.
Love
6
NFL
months
football.
away. We got some
I know.
big things going on, but can't wait.
All right, thanks Matt.
Sure.
And thank you for spending 34 minutes of your evening with us here on the CW. 2.5 minutes next.
Good night.
Good evening, everyone. Well, right now, a West Palm Beach spear fisherman is recovering in the hospital after he was attacked by a shark.
CBS 12's Kathleen Walter is live tonight at St. Mary's Medical Center with an update now on his condition. Kathleen?
Tonight, only CBS 12 has the fire marshal's final report on what caused a deadly fire that swept through a barn at a horse training facility last month near Lake Worth.
CBS 12's Al Pefley joins us live tonight at County Fire Rescue Headquarters near West Palm Beach. Al?
More and more fathers are staying at home, and this new trend comes with some unexpected lessons. Well, at night, Ralph teaches music lessons, and that board game that he and Ava were playing, Ralph actually created it, but he says his #1 job is being able to be a dad to his little girls. Ben Affleck is actually playing 2 roles in an upcoming movie.
And how much would you pay for a jacket worn in a pretty famous movie? That's what's trending in tonight's entertainment buzz. A Major League Baseball player is taking some time away from the game because he's, well, overweight.
Well, the Boston Red Sox have a heavy problem on their hands. Here's Matt Lincoln with a skinny.
Or they're not so skinny, but it's a rough situation there with Pablo
tough.
Sandoval and the Red Sox.
$95 million and something that big and he can't lose the weight. How many hot dogs does he eat a day?
It's a truck full.
Truck
Fenway
full.
Franks.
Fenway Franks, there you go.
Sure.
All right, Matt, thank you. Caught on camera, a couple at a bar keeps kissing while a crime starts happening right in front of them. You're going to watch this incredible video next.
And a police officer is caught on body cam doing something people would be embarrassed about. See the video coming up ahead.
NFL was shattered after he was shot Saturday morning in a brazen act.
CBS 12's Israel Walderis has been following what is now a fatal shooting investigation. He joins us live from West Palm Beach with the latest from the family. Israel.
All right, thank you.
We spoke with the surviving passenger, Maurice Grover. He's childhood friends with Brian and says they were on their way back from a club when they were shot at.
When we got on 95, We had the music up, we were just listening to the music, not thinking nothing, you know. I heard the first shot, I thought it was in the song, but then I heard the second and the third one, and I saw like glass flying and stuff, so I just put my head down and had my hands up. That's how my hands got taken off.
He says he tried to do CPR on Bryant, but his hands were too badly hurt. He says it all happened so fast, he didn't get a chance to look at and see whoever is responsible. To read the entire statement from Bryant's high school coach and to see a photo gallery of his life and his talented career, you can find the story on CBS12.com. Tonight, West Palm Beach Mayor Jerry Moyo is calling on the public and business owners to help reduce traffic ahead of the closing of Okeechobee Boulevard. All aboard Florida Construction will shut down Okeechobee Boulevard alongside Quadro Boulevard in downtown West Palm Beach from Friday all the way until next Tuesday. Moyo is asking businesses to consider allowing their employees to have flexible hours during the closure and telecommute. She's also encouraging drivers to carpool and use Tri-Rail and also their rush hour trolleys that the city is providing next Monday and Tuesday. As an incentive, if you do use Tri-Rail next Monday and Tuesday and take your ticket to Starbucks, you will receive a free cup of coffee. West Palm Beach police say they need your help finding anyone, if anyone was responsible for the bizarre incident on 95 that could happen to any of us. Police say a brake drum from a tractor trailer got left in the road and it flew into the air, hitting Holden Armory's car. It went through his windshield and actually hit him in the face. The 22-year-old musician talked about his injuries, and a bystander describes stopping first on the scene.
I noticed his head was back and blood was coming out of his face. So I told my mom, who I was speaking to on the phone, I have to stop. I have to help him.
It's like no short of a miracle that it wasn't any worse than it could have been. Feeling pretty blessed to be here, to say the least.
Well, tomorrow he'll go in for a 10-hour facial reconstruction surgery. He says he actually hopes to continue his musical career. We continue the coverage on the war on terror. A Muslim student at a California high school says she was named ISIS in the yearbook. Mansour Majid says that she's shocked and saddened by this incident. Majid says she doesn't think it's an honest mistake, but a wicked joke.
For me, it speaks to my heart because, one, I'm Muslim and it hurts me because I see Islamic phobia happening in America.
The girl's father is working with a civil rights group. The school apologizes, and administrators say that they're looking into, quote, regrettable misprint, unquote. This shows us that the terror threat is real in America, and that's why we are the only local station to bring you daily updates from our Worldwide Terrorism Alert Desk. We're always tracking terror on our website. We posted an interactive map that shows where and when the most recent attacks have happened, along with a detailed description. You can also access our media player with all of our terrorism alert segments on our website, CBS12.com. A transgender woman is pushing for changes at the DMV after being denied a request to change the gender on her driver's license. We investigate the government's policy in tonight's 10:15 difference. The Boynton Beach Police Department has successfully collected thousands of diapers for victims of domestic abuse. The department tweeted out this picture saying they've collected more than 11,000 diapers and almost 31,000 wipes in 6 days. The donations will help make life easier for women and children living in tough situations.
Folks, you won't believe which famous couple is now calling it quits, and they have been on a wild, crazy train since the 1980s.
And caught on camera, a police chase ends in gunfire. Watch the dramatic footage coming up next.
Rocker and his wife, a popular wife that is, call it quits.
And a supermodel is getting hitched. That's what's trending in tonight's entertainment buzz. After more than 33 years of marriage, Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne may be going their separate ways. That's according to several reports that are out now. Sources tell E! News the couple mutually agreed that Ozzy would move out. Sharon met Ozzy, may remember, in the 1970s and later became his manager. They wed in 1982, have 3 children together, Amy, Kelly, and Jack. That's right. So it's remarkable, actually, that something can happen in baseball that we've never seen before, but it actually happened this weekend. Here's Matt Lincoln with the scoop.
Like I'm going around. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good for him, though. Sure. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
With a student, but instead of facing legal consequences, he'll get to walk away.
Now, off-campus documents from a sheriff's office investigation reveals the two may have had an intimate relationship for months.
CBS 12's Israel Balderas is standing by live with the outrage tonight from parents, educators, and lawmakers alike. Israel?
Now, we took the parents and educators' concerns about this particular teacher to Representative Dave Kerner. He says lawmakers recently passed a statute that makes it a crime to have sex with an 18-year-old when the person is in a position of trust, is a law enforcement officer or corrections officer. Now, based on our investigation, Kerner believes legislators should expand that law to include educators. Tonight, a warning about a new twist on an old scam.
The IRS scammers are back with a vengeance, and as CBS 12's Kathleen Walter reports, this time they're now even going after police and doing it by mailing it in. Kathleen?
Well, check out this crazy video from Indiantown. Thanks to our viewer Yolanda Diego sent us this footage today. Take a look right there in the middle of your screen, you know, with the Oklahoma tornadoes and hitting the plains. It looks like a tornado, but it actually wasn't. We're being told it's actually just a dust devil. Let's head over to severe weather expert Jeff Baradelli, who has the latest and can explain. Jeff.
Yeah, well, they look the same, but
cyber criminals often go after big targets like major corporations, but some hackers are actually cashing in by evading computer server targets in small towns. We explain how the fire department in Western Washington state got held for ransom in tonight's 10:15 difference. In this case came out of the city's budget. Chief Burke says the problem is a lot bigger than you would actually think. He says he knows at least 3 other fire departments in Western Washington that have also been hit. We'll talk about making lemonade out of lemons as Mother Nature photobomb.
Legend is being honored.
And caught on camera, a restaurant hostess risk her life on Mother's Day. Find out how she was able to stop people police say ran off with a wallet.
Lawmakers want to protect Prince's identity.
And it's all about that waist, no belly. That's what's turning in tonight's entertainment buzz.
Caught on camera, a restaurant hostess puts her own life on the line for a customer.
And some ridiculous numbers from the NBA MVP. Wait until you see them. That's coming up next in the Skinny.
Last night, Stephen Curry broke the record for overtime points in a playoff game with 17.
Pretty amazing. Well, today he became the first unanimous MVP in NBA history. And he has those numbers to back it up. Here's Matt Lincoln. Check out this dangerous scene. 17 stories above lower Manhattan. 2 window washers actually got stuck on scaffolding and had to be rescued. Look at that. Fire crews were thankfully able to pull them to safety through a window. Thank you. And thank you for spending 34 minutes of your evening with us here on the CW. 2.5 Men is next.
And be sure to join Liz Kidantes and myself coming up tonight for CBS 12 News at 11. Have a great night. So ripe for a small spark to turn into a fierce blaze. From Palm Beach County to the Treasure Coast, a word of warning tonight from fire officials who say we are all at risk right now for brush fires.
St. Lucie County's 120-acre blaze today, the largest in recent memory, is still smoldering at this hour. That's where we find CBS 12's Kathleen Walter with the latest. Kathleen.
Well, dry conditions and
not seen a lot of rain here, which puts us at risk now for dry conditions and brush fires.
Severe weather expert Jeff Baradelli is here to talk about that and the unusual temperatures. Jeff.
You've taken millions of email accounts and passwords, and now he claims he's even selling them.
Now, even though it may not be true, CBS 12's Mike Magnoli is live in Palm Beach County, and he has the one thing you need to keep your personal information protected. Mike.
Hey there, Michelle. Coming to you from Palm Beach County, I'm Mike Magnoli, CBS 12 News.
Always a good reminder. Mike, thank you. Right now, the biological father of Perry Cohen has filed a motion to be included on any information that's found on the recovered iPhone. To Cuesta teens, you may remember Austin Stephanos and Perry Cohen disappeared last year from the Jupiter Inlet. Crews found that iPhone in the capsized boat in Bermuda in March of this year. Now, experts at Apple headquarters in California are now cracking it open for any clues. Perry's mother and stepfather filed a lawsuit against Austin's family for that same access.
Forecast coming up.
Almost time for summer travel season, and families with special needs could sometimes struggle on trips. But one family's leap of faith has opened up a whole new world in tonight's 10:15 difference.
robust life. And we want him to have the most fulfilling life possible.
Look at that smile. Great tips there. Well, the Hesses also recommends traveling with some extra cash. Actually buy things that your child may need that you may have overlooked while you were packing. And we're looking ahead to a local fundraiser. It is the countdown to the Team Tommy Foundation's Lip Sync Battle fundraiser tomorrow in honor of a St. Lucie County deputy, Tommy Worthington, who passed away from the disease. Tickets are $20 per person. It's happening at the Black Box Theater in Fort Pierce. Doors open at 6:30, and that lip sync battle starts at 7 o'clock. All proceeds to benefit the families and the patients, and also to raise funds for research and to promote awareness. For more information, visit teamtommy.org.
Believe what a man did at a Beyonce concert, and we have the video to prove it.
And this local deputy is a running man. How this dance is actually helping our community.
A Caesar star lands the lead role in a Star Wars spinoff.
And Justin Timberlake is looking to climb back in the charts. I'm super excited about this, and that's what's turning in tonight's entertainment buzz.
You won't believe what one man did during a Beyonce concert.
Plus, one Miami Heat star may be running out of teeth. John Evanson explains coming up next in the Skinny.
In the face.
What?
Miami Heat want to go deep in the NBA playoffs this year. They are going to need to be tough.
That's right, but one of their star players has really sunk his teeth into becoming as tough as possible. John Evanson explains in the Skinny.
He looks vintage.
That's
but a hockey vintage.
Exactly.
Well, don't they have guards for that to block your teeth? Come on, right?
That's what I just said. They have
teeth?
guards. He's got to use one. I have a feeling you'll see one tomorrow night.
I think the real moral here is there's tough, and then there's hockey tough.
Apparently.
There's a difference.
He wants to be basketball tough.
Yeah.
He wants to
He is in
redefine
Toronto,
it.
so.
He's a tough dude.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, John. A man is caught on camera doing something at a Beyonce concert that normally happens in school.
And a local female deputy is busting a move, and it's all caught on camera. How this dance is actually benefiting our local children. You go, guys. Well, look at that. Video of a man actually reading a book in the middle of a smoking hot Beyonce concert has gone viral. Fans are actually criticizing the studious reader on social media, saying if he liked it, he should have put a bookmark on it. See what I did there? Some people say he probably got dragged to the show by his family, and he made lemonade out of lemons.